Hi everybody, welcome to 3 ways that Shamanic Journeying will take you beyond what you already know and open you up to many opportunities for growth. It's all about success consciousness. And if you are joining me live, I'm Sarah Negus, the modern day shaman, and I help you discover and master your unseen potential. Hello Janine, lovely to see you. If you are on live, can you please come and say hi? Now, bear with me a moment while I just come and, oh, she says, I can't do that. I want to go and share my share my post over onto Evolve and Thrive. So I'm going to go hello Tara. I'm going to go a little bit blank for a moment while I try. Patrice, I see you're with me. Can you share this on Evolve and Thrive, because I'm being a bit of a technophobe and I can't do it. Hello Patrice, did you hear me? Can you share this on Evolve and Thrive for me? That would be wonderful. What I am going to be talking about today, you guys, is ways that Shamanic Journeying can take you down into an alternative view of yourself. Now, and in particular, 3 particular ways. I wanted to talk a little bit about what Shamanic Journeying is, and it is a meditative state. It is in trance. Now, when I say trance, if you are working with a traditional shaman, they will use a drum or a rattle or their voice to take you into a deep theta state, really, where you're able to access your huge potential. You're able to be in universal flow. And what I do is I use dialogue, and I use a little process that takes my clients, and if you've experienced that with me, you'll even on a group shamanic journey, you will know that it works very well. So shamanic journeying is the ability to go into an altered state of consciousness other than our normal, so that we can access alternate perceptions, alternate ways of being. Why does it work? Well, this is really interesting. And what it is that our left side brain holds the seat of our ability to know ourselves, our small selves, our human selves. It gives us the idea of our separation. And our right side brain connects us to our limitless possibilities. With our right side brain, there is no separation. You know, there is no separation other than what we perceive in our human world. So shamanic journeying takes you into your right side brain, and it allows you to have a feeling that you are able to find anything that you want to. Thank you, Patricia. So you've shared that for me. Anything that you want to. It allows you to overcome your subconscious blockers. So when I say subconscious blockers, I don't just mean your emotional blocks. I mean it's the pathway to your emotional blocks can be held up, if you like. It can be shut down for you because your subconscious is desperately doing its best to keep you safe, to keep you alive, and to keep you surviving. Now, our brain, these are the 3 ways that shamanic journeying really does take you beyond what you know. So our brain responds to imagery. It loves a picture, it loves colour, and all of that belongs in the right side brain. So if you can imagine with shamanic journeying, you're in trance, you're in an altered state of consciousness, so you're already in your right side brain, and you then bring in some imagery. So you're connected to everything that there is, and your brain is responding to the patterns of colour and pictures that it is coming into its knowing. Very powerful. Your left side brain, your computer brain, that part of your brain that defines you as separate, is quiet. Not saying it's switched off, because you'd be dead if it was, but it's quiet. And you're dominantly in your right side brain. The other thing about the next thing, so number 2 about shamanic journeying, is that it does bring forth a lot of symbolism. Our subconscious mind doesn't really think like we consciously do. You know, it has all sorts of different things at play within it. And when you're in an altered state of consciousness, you can access that. You can get down into your past. You can get down into your hidden emotional sense. You can get down into your repressed feelings and allow them to come up in a safe place. So shamanic journeying is safe in that it is altered state of consciousness, and you're not having to respond and react to anybody else or outside situations. It's all within you. It's all energy. And you can not only access these past parts of you, these inner child, your shadow, the parts of you that culturally seem unhelpful. Actually, they're very helpful, because they give you gifts and opportunities and ways to grow. It allows you to access your repressed higher self. So the part of your potential, the part of you that you've not yet come into contact with, that you've not yet accepted in yourself. So it's very, very useful in finding the little keys that you need to unlock the next door and the next door and the next door to where you're going. It also allows you to have a bigger dream. Now, what I find, and it's something that I talk about often, is that we will have had a childhood dream, and that childhood dream usually will have now, in our adult self, have many different layers of it on top of it. So your childhood dream may well have been very childlike and pure, and have an idea of an outcome, and you're now living that outcome, but it's shifted and changed. Now, that's what you know about yourself. That's what your culture and your family and your schooling has taught you. You perhaps ought to have this sort of dream. Shamanic journeying will allow you to open up that picture, to dream bigger for yourself, to absolutely be able to say, okay, well, that was good, but I can actually see so much further forwards now, and I can see what's stopping me from doing that, and these things that are stopping me from doing that, I'm going to have a look at, I'm going to reframe, and I'm going to see how I can use them for my own growth. So I want to give you an example of that, that third way, that dream a bigger way, that success consciousness way. I was working with a client today, and she's an amazing woman, and she's done ever so well in her life, and she has overcome very many obstacles. And we were going in shamanic journeying into her shadow. We were inviting her shadow to show itself to us in whatever form that it was able to, and so that we could actually dialogue with it and work with it. It was very interesting, because for a little while there, nothing came through. And unusually for my client, there were not really even any pictures. The symbolism wasn't coming. She's very visual. What did come through was the image of an animal, strongly. And in the journey, she morphed into the animal. And this animal was, if you look at it in spiritual meanings, was a symbol of leadership. But it was showing through her shadow. Now, in embodying in her mind, in her altered state of consciousness, this animal, she was able to bring through that part of her shadow that she was that she wasn't really aware of, how she was really feeling, and it was stuck, lack of space, constrained, can't grow any bigger. And what was actually on offer was this ability to step into leadership. But first, what had to happen was that she had to own herself. She had to get dominion over this animal aspect. So again, in the shamanic journey, she's separated from the animal in her altered state of consciousness and took power over it. I mean, this particular shadow aspect of her had kept her safe for a very long time. It had done really very well so far in her level of success, but she wanted to go bigger, and she wanted to dream more, and she wanted to allow herself to receive wealth, which is part of success in terms of her health, her happiness, and money. So these are the three ways in particular that I'm talking about today, that shamanic journeying will take you beyond what you know. What you know is good, but often we have to let go of what is good so that we can move towards something great. So to recap, shamanic journeying takes you into the right side of your brain, to the part of your brain that connects to your limitless consciousness. Your left side brain identifies you as a human. It identifies your separation, whereas your right side brain identifies your complete connection. That's number one. Number two is that shamanic journeying takes you deeply into symbolism, and your right side brain responds wonderfully to imagery. It learns with imagery and color, and shamanic journeying is all about that. And finally, shamanic journeying allows you to dream bigger, because it takes you into places in your subconscious that are guarded, you know. So it allows you to move and morph in your altered state of consciousness to discover different aspects of yourself that have been hiding or not showing themselves to you, or were formed before you actually were able to communicate. And it is extremely powerful. The process of shamanic journeying is what I'm going to be using all the way through the Success Mastermind, Success Conscious Master. I'm losing my teeth. Success Consciousness Mastermind that begins in April. Now that is going to be shamanic journeying in full, in a group setting, which will allow the energy of us all to really rise. If any of you have actually been on my group calls, you'll know that when we do journey together, it's very, very powerful. And the second part of the mastermind will be, after 2 weeks of processing the shamanic journeying, unpacking what has come through to your awareness. So laser group laser mentoring. So individual mentoring in the group environment of whatever it is that has come through. Now, I'm very excited about this mastermind. And because I don't really talk about shamanic journeying that much, I thought it'd be interesting to come on and really talk about its process a little bit more. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I'd love to know what you're curious about. If you have questions on it, do pop it in the comments here. And if you've enjoyed this and if you think it's going to help other people, please do share it. Thank you very much for watching till the end. I love watching to number 6 eyes on the top here, talking to you anyway. And if you are interested, or what I've been talking about has piqued your curiosity and you want to apply for the mastermind, I've put the link in. Come and have a call with me and let's talk about what it can do for you. Success consciousness is about being in a success the whole time. It's not about attaching to an outcome or a situation or money. It's about living with success consciousness in your energy field. With that, you can't help but attract successful life choices. Okay, guys, I will see you soon. Thank you, Patrice, for sharing this. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon. I'll be back next. When am I going to be back? I'm going to be back later on in the week with another mini training. And then next week on Evolve and Thrive on my group, I'm going to be doing a 3-day live little challenge with shamanic journeying and channeling every single day. So do come join me. If you're not a member of the group, do come and find out. Connie, hello, sorry. When and how much in dollars US? I don't know in dollars. I can tell you in pounds, it's £600. If you go up onto the link, all of the information about the mastermind is on the link. It's in the comments here, and what I'll do is I'll stick it in the comments as well. In fact, I'll do that now. She says, copy. I think I can do that now. Oh, you've gone. No, here we are. I'm putting it in the comments is the link that you need to come and have a look. I think £600 is probably about $850, but I'm not entirely sure. Don't have the exchange rate with me, and I know that PayPal sometimes does different things. So there we go, guys. That's the live stream for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got questions, come and find me, personal message me, put it in the comments, and I will answer as soon as I can. See you soon. Bye. Oh, I've got to scratch my nose then. Go on, end.